The news day continues here on One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. Comelec vows to investigate the boxes of election paraphernalia that were allegedly left under the rain in Amadeo, Cavite. Here's the report.
This post of a supposedly wet election paraphernalia at a vacant lot in Amadeo, Cavite has gone viral on social media. The source refused to be interviewed, but based on the photos, these election returns seem to be from Jose Rizal Elementary School in Tondo, Manila. According to PNP Amadeo, Cavite, it has yet to be confirmed whether the photos were indeed taken in their area.
Pagtanggap po namin ng report galing kay Ma'am Ruiz, yung election officer po dito, agad po namin binerify sa mga barangay dito, sa mga barangay captain kung may naka-receive sila or natanggap na report regarding sa sinasabing may tinago or iniwan na election return sa area namin. Pero so far po naman wala daw pong report sila natatanggap. Hindi pa rin po sigurado kung talagang sa Amadeo, Cavite yung sinasabi nung nag-post. Actually po, nag-message na rin kami sa nag-post para alamin sa kanya kung sinong friend niya yung nag-send sa kanya ng photos. Para according sa kanya po ay may nag-send lang sa kanya na friend na para inform lang yung Comelec kung totoo po yung mga naiwan na returns doon. So which is hindi naman po namin, wala pong identification na talagang location po nun ay Amadeo, Cavite.
The Comelec says this has already been reported to them and they are now investigating the matter. For election watchdog Contradaya, there is clear irregularity if these are indeed authentic election paraphernalia used for the 2022 elections because there is supposed to be proper process for disposal and storage of ERs.
Hindi dapat yan agad-agaran dinidispose kasi kung may question dun sa resulta ng halalan, kung may magde-demand ng recount halimbawa, dapat properly secure yan. So merong storage facility yung Comelec para itago yung mga BCM, yung mga balota, at pati yung mga printout ng mga election returns na yan. So kung tatanungin mo in terms of timeline, hindi ngayon ang panahon para i-dispose yan. At saka yung proper disposal would have to go through the standard process. Hindi yung pasimpleng ilalagay sa isang bakanteng lote, tapos hahayaan mo lang na mabasa. So there is some degree of irregularity dun sa sitwasyon. Pero yun na nga, kailangan pa nating lalo pang magpalalim para maintindihan kung bakit naroon yon at kung ito ba ay mga masasabi nating authentic talaga.
Contradaya believes that this incident should not be neglected.
Ginagawa po namin yung proper vetting and investigation. Sa kaso ng mga basang Comelec election paraphernalia dun sa Amadeo, kailangan ng maingat at masusing investigasyon dito. At sa bahagi ng Contradaya, yun yung sinusubukan po talaga namin. This is a cause for concern kasi outside the Amadeo case, we've already uncovered several instances of election fraud, and these are hardly anecdotal. In fact, merong systematic way para dun sa disinformation, particularly yung denialism tsaka yung red tagging, along with the breakdown of the vote counting machine. Pero as regards cause for panic.
For News 5, Faith Del Mundo, we are One News.
Social media played a big role in this year's elections. Now, this is why Comelec seeks to look into the online ad spending of candidates. But one expert warns it's more complicated than that. Camille Samonte with the report.
Tumigil ako sa pag-aaral kasi ako yung inaasahan ng pamilya ko sa pang-araw-araw na gastusin.
Before the campaign period officially began, several political ads have already been released in mainstream media. But for these elections, candidates also took advantage of social media to reach more voters. In a study conducted by the Philippine Center for Investigative Journalism, Facebook Ads Library showed that the FB page of Kiko Pangilinan spent 14.3 million pesos for boosted posts from August 4, 2020 to May 2, 2022. It was followed by a page named Isko Moreno, our Philippine President, which spent 13.3 million pesos. 4 Facebook pages named under Vice President Leni Robredo entered the top 10 campaign ad spending. In total, the 4 FB pages spent 35.2 million pesos for ads. All Also included in the top 10 are the page of Senator Ping Lacson, Senator Sherwin Gatchalian, former Defense Secretary Gubot Eudoro, and Attorney Chel Jokno. The COMELEC said that for these elections, they require the candidates to include campaign expenses on social media to be filed in their Statement of Campaign Contributions and Expenditures or SOSE. It will be based on the ads that are posted on verified social media pages or official channels of candidate.
Pag nagiging campaign ad siya, material siya, at gumagastos ka, for some boosting, pag may kalakip na gastos, kailangan ma-declare yan doon sa iyong report. Sa COMELEC resolution natin 10730, magsasubmit din ng separate itong mga social media platform na to. At mula dito, ibinabangga namin yung kanilang gastos doon sa idineklara nila doon sa kanilang SOSE.
Celebrities and social media influencers that were paid for the campaign are also required to report to the COMELEC on how much talent fee they received. But for social media researcher and University of Massachusetts Professor Jonathan Ong, it will be difficult for the COMELEC to track the campaign expenses on the basis of the Facebook report and SOSE of the candidate.
Itong Facebook ad library, ang nakakalculate lang niya yung mga boosted posts, yung mga images or videos na nagbayad ka to boost it on the platform. So, this does not include, again, influencer marketing. Therefore, hindi din yun counted sa itong technical computation of digital advertising. And that's why we need more monitoring and accountability systems beyond just relying on Facebook's ad library.
It is also not clear how COMELEC determines if a post is a political campaigning. Several meme pages and channels of influencers are also now being used to spread election propaganda.
Kailangan nating i-hold accountable magkano nga din ba ang binabayad natin dito sa mga meme pages, influencers na they participate in what I call the meme wars. Itong sagutan na and bangayan on social media, they use parody, they use cartoon images, they use videos on TikTok. Hindi ito kasama sa definition ng digital advertising. So, what we can see here is the definitions and the legal definitions are falling behind current practice and current vernaculars of social media.
In the case of Bongbong Marcos, who is not in the top 10 Facebook ad spending, PCIJ says the camp of Marcos is more focused on meme wars and campaigning to fan groups, community pages, and influencers than using typical ads. The COMELEC admits that it is difficult to monitor the posts of netizens due to freedom of speech.
Marami kasi mga trolls no? Yung apparently, yung talagang there are individuals who are paid for that purpose. Medyo mahirap lang na, no? Pero if there are evidence talaga to show na they are hired, yung service nila for purposes of yung ma-highlight yung kanilang candidacy, yung ang expense nun, may add doon against that candidate, and kung mag-overspend siya, makakasuhan natin.
But Professor Ong has clarified that monitoring campaign ads on social media should not lead to censorship. He added that politicians should be transparent on how much money do they spend to win in elections. For News 5, Camille Samonte, We Are One News.
We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. The wake for the late actress Susan Roses will be open to the public today until May 24. Her daughter, Senator Grace Poe, announced that the public viewing will start today until Tuesday from 10 in the morning until 10 p.m. at the Heritage Memorial Park in Taguig City. Now, the remains of Roses arrived yesterday afternoon at the viewing chapel. Poe said that her mother died of cardiopulmonary arrest but passed away peacefully on Friday night. Meanwhile, the University of the Philippines Department of Political Science issued a public notice which seems to distance itself from retired Professor Clarita Carlos. The department says that their official and active members can be found at the official roster of regular faculty members and professors in their website. However, the roster does not include Carlos, who has been referred to as a UP professor. Carlos reacted to this, saying that she had been teaching a graduate course on geopolitics. She was also due for another appointment as professional lecturer for the upcoming academic year but refused. Carlos also said that she always referred to herself as a retired UP professor. Carlos added that she can invoke cyber libel laws to protect herself from irresponsible and malicious accusations. Let's now take a quick look at today's other top stories. The COVID-19 Omicron BA.4 subvariant has entered the Philippines. Toll rate hikes over at Cavitex take effect today. And Team Philippines looks to lock up number 4 spot at the 31st Southeast Asian Games. And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us later again at 10:15 in the morning as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. You can also catch One News on Signal Play app. Register for a free account now at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Riza Diaz. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We are One News.